Hey, everybody, this is Patty. Welcome to the Witching Hour. Yes, the hour of the day when the veil is thin and magic happens. I have some beautiful, very female, empowered magic for you today. My dear friend, she is a serial entrepreneur. She is. Oh my God, she's everything. And I'm going to have her tell you a little bit. And a white witch. My dear friend, Candice Bar. Thank you so much, Candice, for coming on.
Hey, Patty, I'm so excited. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you are welcome. I was trying to figure out, well, how we met through House of Intuition, right? I don't remember.
Actually,
No,
actually, no. So you and I met probably 14 years ago, and
really?
we met at a store you were reading at called Johnny Was.
Huh.
It was a long time ago. And then a few years later, I connected you to the House of Intuition. And then we've been connected ever since, though we lost touch a little bit, but we just reconnected and
Yeah.
it's been such a fun time.
It's been such a fun time. Yes, we just did vision boards together
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago, which was fun. You came to my vampire birthday party, which
Yes.
first, so everybody who doesn't know you or about yet, tell us about what all you do, because again, your bio is long, entrepreneur and this and that. So exactly what do you do?
Yes, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I have a multimedia company. I've had that for a very long time. I do high touch elite PR. That's been for the last 21 years. Philanthropist, author, brand new author. Super excited about that. Female entrepreneur advocate. I love championing the female entrepreneurs because I am one. And just lover of life. And I would say white witch or someone who loves high attraction and spells and making things happen in life and business. I love all the fun things.
That is perfect, very similar in that. And you go back and forth from Los Angeles and Arizona, which is
I
great.
do.
So you're right. What do you think? Okay, world has been crazy lately. We know that. And again, you stay strong like me. We're self-motivating women, self-propelling women.
Yeah.
You have any hints or tips? Because again, you do seem to have it all together. You do seem professional. We'll set up how do you do that? Do you have a certain ways that you like, this is how I keep my calendar, or this is how
Mm.
ritual I have, or just,
First of all, I'm not one to feed into this stuff. I'm not one to feed into the BS or however you want to look at whatever's going on. I stay in my lane and I keep it going. So the world could absolutely collapse and I'm going to still be doing my thing. And I think that's probably the only way to keep yourself sane, not feed into this stuff. Because once you feed into this stuff, you're going to get lost and it's going to get messy. And I don't like messy. I do, to answer your question, I'm someone who needs a physical calendar. So I need to be able to write things down and cross it off. It's so satisfactory to me to cross things off. So I need to be able to do that.
I do. I use Google Calendar, and I have, but I do have a paper one. But I am a list and cross. I make little boxes and make X's.
Yes.
X's. There's something to the physical touch about that. That's
I'm a
pretty
list
cool.
I'm a list maker, and I just love things like that. I'm so with you. Like, even with books, like, I read paperback or hardcover books. I don't do Kindle. I know that's what most people do, or even Audible. I need to be able to touch the book, underline it, write my own notes. So I'm very what is the word? Tactile? Is that the word?
Yeah, I am too. Like shopping for
Yes.
clothes online. What? Unless you really know the brand and like, how do you touch it? How do you know it?
Yes.
But
Yeah. Yeah, I just like again, to answer the question, I don't feed into the stuff. I haven't watched the news in 15 plus years. I don't need to. I know what's going on. I have my own eyes and ears. I can make my own assumptions and I can make my own opinions off of what I'm seeing and hearing. And I don't let things get to me. I don't get overly emotional about things. And I'm glad things seem put together. I don't know if I always feel like that, but I just try to keep it going.
yeah, no, and that is absolutely perfect. Me too, and I don't watch the news anymore where and I know people, I go into friends' houses and it's 24/7. I don't care, liberal news versus
Yes.
conservative, just turn it off,
Yeah.
turn it off a little bit. I don't wanna be an ostrich and hang my head in the sand and not know what's going on because I vote. I wanna be an active part of it to my extent, but I
Hmm.
can't sit there. You just can't.
Yeah, and I think it's almost especially in the United States right now, I think it's, like, pretty much impossible to not know what's going on some level, whether you watch the news or not. I
Yeah.
just don't think, obsessing over things is gonna make it better. worrying about you. No one has ever in the history of humans have ever worried themselves into a good positive position. So I don't believe in all that.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. Yeah, I just did a little thing the other day. I was because there was like a bomb scare on my airplane, and literally,
Mm,
and I after my 3rd time going through security and police and DEA and everybody, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna hyperventilate. Oh my god, I think I might pass out." And
mm.
which I'm the queen of I know how to control everything, but,
Wow.
it happens. And I said to the officer by my side walking me back yet again, I go, "Wow, I think I'm having a bit of a panic attack. I think I'm hyperventilating. I think I might pass out." And she just
Yeah.
goes, "Don't do that." And I went, "Okay." I just said, "Okay," where anybody else would have went, "What do you mean don't do that? I'm gonna what are you doing to me?" And I was
I
and I
think
did. I was
that is the best answer you could possibly give someone in that scenario.
it is because there was no way I wasn't gonna have to not go through security again or that I would be allowed to stop into the women's room. There was no way.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
could either just go flail on the floor or go
Yeah.
and that's the first time I've ever had such a 180-degree going, "Oh my god, we do have such control over these things. We have such
Totally.
control over these things."
And I love that answer she gave you because she was not feeding into it. She, like,
No, don't
she was staying the course.
of course, like you said, you're on her lane of the freeway. They were
Yeah,
probably all scared to death because it was serious, whatever it was, and then
most
they're
likely.
they can't show it because they don't want people to panic. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's funny. So tell us about your new book.
I'm so excited. So it was a year in the making, believing before seeing, believing to existence. And I will share with you, Patty, did not set out to be an author. I actually said I would never have a book my whole life. And the entire book, the title of the book, the chapter titles, what's in each chapter, came to me in a dream one night. Wasn't thinking about it, wasn't on my radar at all. So much so that the next morning I woke up and I was scrounging for paper and a pen to write everything down so I wouldn't forget it. It was that clear. And I wrote it pen to paper and editing, and then we had illustrators and have it's a whole thing to create a book.
Yes, it
And
is.
yeah, when it came out, I never had a baby, but this is my baby.
I know.
And
It looks very similar to my baby. Cute.
yes, and so I'm really proud of it. We got a lot of really great feedback, really nice feedback actually. I made it very simplistic. It's all about letting go to let in, magic, believing in magic. Magic for me means my alignment generates ideal circumstances. And it's just how to manipulate energy, law of attraction type of deal. I don't think I reinvented the wheel here. It might be a couple things in here that would be refreshing for some people to read or hear again, but I made it clear, simplistic. I think people everything is a little messy right now. Everything's a little convoluted and it's confusing. I like things clear, concise, get to the point. I made it a very easy read because I'm an entrepreneur. And for an entrepreneur to read a full book is an act of God. So I made it an easy read so people can feel accomplished that they got through a book.
You're almost saying word for word what I say about my book. What made it super simple because I don't have time to read a big book. I'm not
Yeah.
even going to. I want it simplified, not I didn't wanna hear when I wrote it, I literally said, "That's too many words," and just cut it in half. It says, "I don't wanna
Yeah.
hear the words. Here's the little message."
Yeah.
It's
Like we
so
don't need we don't
what
need fillers. I don't need filler words. I just need you to get to the point.
yeah. So what does believing is seeing mean?
Believing before seeing
Of
is
course.
believing what you can't see yet. So it's putting thoughts into things, like thoughts into action, thoughts into your reality. Dreaming big. I think people have forgotten to dream big. I think they're a little in fear mode, a little in scared mode. And when you're in scared or fear mode, it's hard to create that way. It's almost impossible to create that way. So it allows you to go back to maybe a time in maybe childhood or when things were a bit more innocent and able to just think if things were 100% your way, which it absolutely can be because you create your world, what would that look like? And dreaming is free. It's free.
It
And so I think it's my thing is however things may seem right now, nothing stays the same forever. And how whatever is going on, your life can look different than what you're being told it should be, could be, is going to be. It's gonna be exactly how you want it.
How you create it.
Mhm.
I love that, and that's basic your mind, body, spirit. You're never gonna surpass that, so you have
Yeah.
to see it to believe it, and then you get it.
A big
Otherwise,
big part of the book and a big part of my message with the book is you do have personal power. You have a lot of personal power. Some people may believe that, some people may not, and people tend to give up their power very easily
yes,
because I think they think of personal power as responsibility, and a lot of people don't like responsibility.
it
But
is.
I rather have and know I have my power and I can use it whenever I want to than give it up and feel like I am powerless.
I Again, word for word, what I say. People tell me what to do because I don't wanna have to think for myself. It is about
Mm,
responsibility, and that's why the more witchy path, the more you'll create, we do take responsibility. It's n For what we're doing, and it's so
mm.
much more powerful. And you're right about the thinking big. So many people, especially if you get anywhere spiritual or self-help realms, it's like, "Well, it's not that I could be rich, I just wanna have enough." Not rich is like, "Why?"
But why yeah, why do you want just enough? That's your dream of your life is just to have enough?
I know, especially does that make you more holy or spiritual or something? And people do dumb down their dreams a lot, like,
Totally. And
even the
it's
artists. "I just do it for the
completely.
music." Great. You wanna do it for the music of 50,000 people, or you wanna do it in a little bar? A little bar is great, but you won't get the 50,000 people unless you don't see it.
It's a lot of, again, personal power, value, how you value yourself, how you see yourself. It's very telling. What yeah, why do you think that people not dumb thing I guess dumb things down or they wanna make things just attainable enough?
I think because probably insecurity and self-worth and self issues, like,
Yeah.
I'm brave enough to play my guitar in a little crowded bar room, not at the Forum. I think it's, am I really good enough for that? Am I really? So I think it's that self-worth and self-confidence more
Yeah.
than anything, because nobody's harder on ourselves than who we are and ourselves.
You gotta remember too, I put it on a post a few days ago. When people are shitty to you or you're sharing your dreams and goals with someone and they're not agreeing with it or telling you to dumb it down or whatever, or just being negative toward you can just imagine how they are to themselves. So, I don't know. I don't talk to a lot of people about a lot of things. I just do it.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I just do it, and again, we can't control what other people say or think or do. We can control how we let them affect us.
Yeah.
We can control if we listen to them or not, and we control,
Yeah.
but we have complete control of this, ourselves, and how we react to things and how we react to what that is. But
And you gotta
yeah,
you gotta be really cautious who's in your space. So if someone is negative or unsupportive or anything, and I don't care who they are, I don't care who they are. I've cut a lot of people off that other people would not cut off. I don't care who you are. If you're not going to be supportive and you're going to be consistently negative in my space, I absolutely will not have you in my space. And I'm not the one putting you out of my space. You're actually the one doing it. So if you do that, you're letting in room for better people to come into your space. Or alone is, only at the top. That's for a reason. I'd
I
rather be lonely.
Yeah, you have to look at how do you, and again, anybody who all the people at the top say it's who you hang out with.
Yeah.
If you live in the energy of struggle or negative or poor me, victim, and it wears off. And it's so keep your friends your level and higher, your level and higher, energetically. I'm not talking who's
Totally.
rich,
Totally.
energetically.
And I wanna also add to that, it's people who are like energy vampires, let's say that. Energy vampires, negative, that's exhausting. It's exhausting to be like that, and it's exhausting to be around. I can't even tolerate it anymore, like, I gotta get out of there.
Right. No, we have to. So in your book, do you give people ways to do things? I don't have it. Do you give them
Yes,
exercise? Just thought
yes, I
patterns?
do. There's a lot of exercises in here. Every chapter has several pages after the chapter to write down your notes and takeaways of that chapter. And there's one chapter It's called change, and it means personal change and also means actual physical change. And I wrote that because since I can remember 15 plus years, if I go outside, even
Mhm.
to my car, promise you I'll find a penny, dimes, quarter. If I go in an Uber, one time I was hiking up near the Hollywood sign and there was a bright, shiny penny right in the middle of the path. Anywhere I go, there is actually 2 days ago, I was in an Uber. I found 10 cents right in the chair. And then I found a black and white energy stone next to it.
Wow,
Like,
perfect.
so the reason why that's exercise is in there is because I take that as not only abundance, which I find great and I love that, but I interpret that as guides or angels or universe or whoever you want. They're saying like, "We see you, we got you. We got
Yeah.
you. You're always taken care of." And then also there's the exercise in there how to do that. But I do that because if you can manifest or bring in a penny, you can bring in anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just energy. We make, especially if we're going into money, it's the almighty dollar. We've turned it into this inaccessible god of some sort.
Totally.
Oh, we work hard in our American work ethic, our Western work hard and the struggle is better. It's better if you struggle to get it. Why?
Like,
Why?
why we don't it doesn't say anywhere that we need to suffer to get what we
No,
want. And it doesn't say anywhere it's hard. It does not need to be hard. It's not required to be difficult. We make it very difficult on ourselves.
we
We don't need
do.
to.
And there's nothing wrong with hard work. I work hard. I'm a hard worker. I choose to be, but
Yeah.
that's not what gets me what I want and what I'm
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
Have we just these little skewed things. All it is energy. So like you said, the energy to create a penny everywhere I go, there's a dime, is the same energy to create whatever else you want in the material world, in the spiritual world, in the monetary world.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Where can people get your book? Is it
So they can get it from us directly right now. I'll sign it for you. We'll send it out directly, but very soon, like the next couple days, we just got approved on Kindle, which then is going to be going on Amazon. And then next week, I believe next week, we're going to record for Audible. So you'll be able to get it anywhere you can get books. And also it will be going to Barnes and Noble and all that stuff as well. So that's coming up very soon. But right now they can get it from us directly. So if they DM us, there is a Instagram page, Believing Before Seeing. They can DM us there, or even Lux Life _CB. They can DM me directly, and we will make sure that gets out.
that is beautiful. So exactly what is Lux Life?
Lux Life to me is living your most luxurious, fun life. That's Lux Life. But Lux Life is my company as well. So we have Lux Media Studios, Lux Life magazine that only highlights female entrepreneurs. We only have female entrepreneur contributors and we only have female entrepreneur advertisers in that magazine. That's both online and print. We have Lux PR. I had a Lux clothing line for a little bit. I had a Lux makeup line for a little bit for female entrepreneurs, which we still have. So it's just living your Lux life, living your most abundant life, what that looks like for you. Happiness. I've had this conversation several times this week with different people. I think it's especially where we live now, happiness is put on the back burner and people are wondering why they're miserable or they need to be on several different medications or life isn't going the way that they want or whatever because you're not putting happiness first.
No,
Happiness is very important.
very important.
Yeah,
Yeah. I choose to be happy in everything. Not, of course, you have to do things that don't make you happy, laundry,
right.
but find the happy in it. Really, again, we do have control over that, and
Totally.
strive for happiness. This is whatever comes next. Every belief system now. This is it. We're in the now.
I
Ah,
think if you also believe my belief system is you're always taken care of. I was talking to someone a couple days ago. I was interviewing somebody else and we're talking something similar and he said people like to pre-worry about things.
right.
But
This
I'm like,
isn't going to go well. It hasn't even happened yet.
it's first of all, it may not even go that way that you're thinking of. And like, why does everyone think in worst case scenario just to be prepared? Be prepared for but why? What if it was best case scenario? And you don't need to pre-worry. You're pre-worrying or worrying is like changing the course of where it may have went anyway.
Self.
So
Yeah.
totally. And again, like I come from a place like I'm always taken care of. And stuff goes down, okay? Like, you run a business, stuff's gonna go down, that's for sure. Life's gonna happen and stuff's gonna go down. You decide how it's handled, you decide how you're emotionally gonna deal with it, you decide what comes of it. It's gonna be okay. You're still here, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be okay. You're gonna get yeah. People so much. You're right. They worry, they create worry in relationships. I always pick the wrong person. I'll never find the right they yeah,
Mm, mm,
you're creating all that. Or in work, I'll never have the money. I always have bad jobs. It's self-perpetuating over and
totally.
just go, I always have the right relationship. I always have the right job. And guess what? You will.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
you
Yeah,
know,
and see
other one sneaks in, you go, "Okay, bye-bye," and you move on, and you keep your happy. Ah,
yeah, if bad thoughts come in, you just I just cut it off, like, I'm not subscribing to that's not what I subscribe to. Get that out of here. Put a good thought in there, and if you have to do that 20, 50 times a day, then do that until it's a practice. Being in a positive mindset, being happy is a practice. Mhm.
completely, and a choice, like me going, "Okay, I won't be upset anymore." It's so do you have any, like, things you do for yourself, like morning rituals or
Yeah.
just, like, when things are starting to go bad? Do you have a, "Ooh, it's time to do ABC," or
Yeah, so I love talking about this. I am a professional. I am so good at sleeping. Like, I have a nighttime ritual, like, I love my melatonin, I love lavender, I have the thing that with the mist. There's
Yeah,
my fan and my heater on at the same time. There is a way that I need to sleep, and it makes me happy, like, certain sheets, all these things. Like, sleeping is super important to me. And then in the morning, I do have clearly morning ritual. So I'll either have a coffee or tea depending on how I feel. I'll light my incense. The TV doesn't go on for at least a couple hours. I'll journal. I'll sit outside my balcony. Sometimes I get up very early. I'm an early riser and like just be with the universe and be with myself and not have my cell phone with me, not have there's no noise going on yet. Like just being in the moment, being present is really important, especially in the morning. You're setting the tone for the day and just you can create the day before it even has come about. So it's like, what do I want today? Today, if this happened, how cool would that be if X, Y, and Z happened? And let the universe deliver it.
yep, I too. Yeah, I go up to Lake Hollywood as you every
Mm,
day. That is sanity that I'm in town, and it's just like nature, space,
mm,
open views, walking, working out. I set my tone for the entire day, and on days
yeah.
I can't do it for whatever reason, it's, okay,
Yes.
calm down."
I also
Yeah.
I'm a huge advocate of infrared saunas. If you're having
Oh,
a particularly stressful day, I run a business. It's not always unicorns and butterflies. So instead of focusing on the problem, focusing on the issues and trying to attack it and trying to figure it out, I completely remove myself from the situation mentally. Go to the infrared sauna, sweat it out. I always feel better after that. Or I'll go to spin class, sweat it out. Always feel better after that. Get the body moving, get focus on something else, and then come back to the thing. And then you can look at it with a clearer mind and less emotion.
so what is an infrared sauna as compared to a regular sauna?
Infrared sauna, and as far as I understand it, is it's like a microwave. It's cooking you from the inside out. It is great for your organs, it's great for your joints, if you have any pains or any issues like that, it's supposed to be great for that. Great for your skin and hair, anxiety, anything really. If you have any, like, injuries or anything like that, like, it's great for a lot of different things. And it also has red light therapy, and then you can
Mm.
also pick different color lights for different color moods and different things that you need help with. So I'm a huge, infrared sauna advocate.
Oh, that's good. I will have to try one. I love saunas. I love
Yeah,
light. Yeah, I've done everything from those chakra beds to whatever else, but
yes.
never combine them. Something new. Oh, one thing I'm gonna say, this year coming up, we're going into again, and I'm like you, I don't give power to it's crazy and whatever, or like Mercury is going to be retrograde, so we're gonna recreate everything's going to be bad. But I know we're going into the year of the wood dragon. And I just had my friend Anita Rosenberg, and we're going into the year for women. A whole
Oh, I didn't know
20
that.
women, yes. Where it was
Amazing.
older men or whatever, now it's she said middle-aged women. To me, middle age is anything after 20 and up to 92.
Yeah,
So, we
yeah,
want middle-aged men,
I
It's
definitely
real.
fall in that category because April, I'll be 40 years old.
It's perfect, baby, but no, I think that's so great, and she was giving me examples of when this was the year of young men, which was the year of the Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg,
Yeah,
that and everything just lays out to this
yeah.
Gaussian strategy, so it's our time, it is we're going into the power for us.
And I can feel it too. I've had this conversation with many people. Like I can actually feel December 31st. I can feel like we're walking into something really big and really powerful and really great that I think that we haven't seen before. But it's not a scary energy to me. I'm like, let's run toward this fire. Whatever this is coming up, let's go. Let's go. Like enough. I think people are enough with the stuff that happened, enough with all that noise, enough with all that junk. We're just tired. I think they're just tired of being tired. And they're like, screw it, let's just do it. Let's just see what shakes out. Whatever I wanted to do, let's just do it and see what goes on. And it's like a fearless, fun time. And I'm glad we're getting back to fun. And I'm running toward it. Like I said, this year I turned 40. Every year I have a Women of Achievement event. This is our 5th year we're having it. And we honor female entrepreneurs that fly in from all over. And we honor them for their time, their energy, their space, saying that we see you. Unfortunately, up until this point, there's a lot of female entrepreneurs. And I'm so glad there's more coming up as well, but they're still not seen as much as the male entrepreneurs. But I think that's changing rapidly. And that's a big part of my mission as well, owning a media company and having those platforms for the ladies really getting their voices and their faces seen and heard by the right people. That's a huge part of my heart. And just saying, we see you. And we do a lot. Ladies do a lot. We're entrepreneurs, they're moms, they're wives, they're you name it, they do it. And they do it without complaining. They just do it second nature. And I think that's when it becomes ignored. We're just expected to do it because we can handle a lot. We can handle a lot. But I think this year they're finally gonna get the recognition they deserve, not only from my event, just in general. And I think it's a great year. Every year is gonna be every year is gonna be exactly how you want it to be.
Yep. So let's create it.
Let's go.
Anyway, this is so inspiring, and I'm sure my people are all loving it and want to know more. So tell everybody before we go where they can find you, websites, social media, again, your book, go over that again, so they
Yes.
can all know
So the
you.
website, like everyone else's website, it's finally we're revamping. It's being worked on again. So it would be candicebar.com, but right now I wouldn't go on that right now. But you can find us on Instagram. So it's Lux LUXE underscore life LIFE CB C as in cat, B as in bar, or C as in Candice, B as in bar. And then Lux Media Studios that has an Instagram as well. Believing Before Seeing on Instagram. You can get the book there and hard copy very soon. Like I said, it'll be on Kindle and all over the place, so you can get it from there. And just a lot of creating a lot of fun things. I love hearing what people think about the book. We've got, again, like I said, we got some really great feedback. One woman, I was like, oh my God, I almost started crying. It was the best compliment ever. She said, these are words. She said two things. She said, one, this is her second Bible. And
Mm.
two, she said, "These are words you read before you die." I was like,
Wow. And then she died. Oh,
"Sure."
okay, bye. Wow, that's beautiful. No, that is beautiful. And again, and I'm with you. We need something. Grab onto it, get useful information that is you can use and move you forward in your life.
And actually use it. Like, I don't want someone just read and be like, "Oh, there's some nice words," but, like, actually apply it.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to. So I thank you so much for bringing your magic to the witching hour. I'm so excited to have you on finally. Come
Thank
back
you for
again,
having
okay?
me. Thank you.